Now I have a review here today for the Griffin Survivor case for iPad 2 and 3. It's a very heavy duty, in fact it's military grade tested iPad case, as I say, for 2 and the new iPad, aka iPad 3. This is just my microfiber cloth. No, it didn't come with that. This is just to show you something in a minute. Okay, I've got this upside down, which isn't a good start, but here we are. This one is in black, completely black, but you can get them in a variety of colours. Here on the back you have a Griffin logo, which you might not be able to see because it's black on black. It's rubberized. It has a hard back and front shield that you put basically you put the back down, put the iPad on it, then put the front on, then clip all around the edges, then you put the rubber coating over the top. And it also comes with this bit here if you can see it, probably not, but this is actually a stand as a bonus, which is really good because a lot of cases, these protective sort of cases, don't come with that. It also has an integrated screen shield, which is very protective, just like the cases. You can presumably drop this case from 6 feet and it should protect your iPad. Although I wouldn't recommend trying that at home, and I haven't either. I've been using this for about a week and I haven't dropped it yet, but I have a few points to make. Now first off, bear in mind, this is quite hard to get on at first. It comes all done up just without the iPad inside, of course. You have to peel back the rubber, then unclip it, then you put it in, clip it back down, put the rubber on. Bear in mind you have to pull the rubber off. It won't stretch it, though I was kind of afraid it would when I was doing it. The other thing is, oh, my dog's at the door. Right, anyway, the thing is, when you put it on at first, it might appear as if the edges have stretched and they're like folded or bubbled back. You just really push down around all the corners and push them in. It isn't actually stretched if it does look like it is, because I thought it had stretched when I first put this together, but actually you just have to make sure you push down all the corners in really well. As you can see, everything is covered. Your volume rocker here is covered, but you can still click it and it works fine. The camera, which is this side I believe, is covered, and you peel it back. Although that is a problem because it's so protected. Hang on, I'll show you here. That's the camera with a nice cutout, but it's so protected it's really hard to unpeel. But if you peel it down, you can put this little rubber bit into this hole and it will hold it down for when you're filming or taking a picture. However, like I said, it can be a pain to unpeel it because it is made to fit in well so it doesn't come loose. However, having said that, the slot down the bottom here that's covering the charging port where you plug in your USB or your 30-pin connector, that there does unpeel fine, because I suppose you do need to get to it a lot more. That is uncovered, but I believe from the look of it, yes, it has a I believe it has a little like sort of screen shield there, whereas some protective cases all the port bits are uncovered, whereas this has everything. It seems to be covered, including an integrated screen shield. Now the only problem, like I said, is getting it on and off is a pain, but basically once you got it on, you're probably going to want to leave it on. All of the buttons do work. So if I do the power button, oops, I pressed it too many times, there, on, and the screen still works with the shield. There you go. And go to App Store. There you go. And then swipe there. Now, a couple of things to point out to you. One, it's also quite hard to get the stand off. The stand you pry off, which I don't really like doing, but it should be fine. Let's see here. There you go. Then you lift the bit up here, which I won't do right now, and then pop it down in like that. And the stand does feel a bit flimsy plastic and quite weak, but it does work. Let me just put that to one side. The only other criticism I have, and this is the major fault I have found with this case, is integrated screen shield. Like I said, it works. It does work. You can touch it and it touches and responds fine. However, it does collect fingerprints and smudges easily, and that isn't so much a problem as you kind of do expect that. But if we get something up, let's try Safari. Unfortunately, I don't think you'll be able to see this on the camera, so I'll just have to describe it as best I can. I'm not quite sure how to describe it, but if put it close, I'm not sure if you can see, but it's almost like it's pixelated. Not the screen, but the screen shield. It's got loads and loads and loads of little dots in it, almost like you can see individual pixels, but it's not from the screen, it's from the screen shield. And that I find very distracting. Maybe some people won't, and it really takes away from the sharp, crisp, clear image that the Retina display has on the iPad 3, because it has such a great screen, and yet this is not even as good as looking at a non-Retina display screen, because it's got basically a coating all over it of little dots, and like I say, it looks very smudged and it's horrible. It's almost, to me, unusable. You know, I have shown some other people this and they can see it too, but they say that wouldn't really distract them from reading and stuff. It's just a pity that it takes away from the crisp screen. However, for me, not only does it take away from the crisp screen that the iPad has, it also, it's very distracting, and I find my eyes have trouble focusing properly on it because all the smudge or look and the pixels. I'm not quite sure, like I say, how to describe this properly. You probably know what I mean, but it looks like millions and millions and millions of pixels, but it's from the screen shield itself, not the screen. It's a horrible effect. And another case I looked at, a protective case by another company, the screen shield is detachable, so you can use the whole case but without the screen shield, and maybe put on buy another screen shield that you can paste on, you know what I mean, with a squeegee and stuff. And also you make sure then you get a screen shield if you don't like the one that comes with it, which is actually made to be very good for use with iPad 3, which there are some. However, this one, I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I find I'm wrong, I'll post in the description with this video, but I don't believe that the screen shield is detachable from the rest of the case. In which case you really, either you don't use a case at all, or you're stuck with that horrible screen shield. I'm sure the screen shield's very, very protective, which is the point of it, but it's almost unusable as a, to use the screen. So, because of the horrible look of it, at least personally for my taste. So that is a big, big downside. If it wasn't for that screen shield, I'd give this maybe even 10 out of 10. Definitely 9 out of 10. Because of that screen, I would have to put it down to about 7.5 out of 10. Because if you don't like that effect on that screen, then and you're stuck with it, as far as I know at this stage. It's a real pity, because it's a lovely case, it's so highly protective and military grade tested, but then the screen lets the whole thing down. I should also mention, I've just refilmed this bit to add it, so if it looks a bit out of place, that's because it's extra that I forgot to record initially. The reason I brought this microfiber in is because I wanted to mention that with this screen shield, it's not just because it's dirty, it has an effect. I can clean it. Let me just get a good bit here. There we go. And it does clean it. It does, if you've got huge fingerprint smudges, you can wipe all the fingerprints off, but that does not fix the what I call the pixelated effect. Fingerprints and smudges wipe off, but that isn't the problem. It's not just because it's dirty that it gives that effect, it's just something with the screen shield itself. And here at the back, like I say, you have the logo. I'm not sure you can see that there, probably not. But anyway, down here even the home button is protected. Everything's protected, and it even comes, which I thought was quite good because I didn't realise it before I actually got it, but it does come with a stand. And I was wondering how to get a stand for a protective case, especially the other one which doesn't have a stand, because it does add a bit of weight to the case. So a lot of stands made just right for the iPad would probably tip over, so it's good it has its own stand. I see this is probably the best protective case you could possibly get if it wasn't for that horrid screen protector. You can get it in the UK anyway at Tesco's, at least my local Tesco's is where I got it, because I just got the iPad that day and I saw that I didn't really want to wait using my iPad for it to come in the post or another one to come in the post, so I got it there. Unfortunately I did find out later you can get it cheap on Amazon. At Tesco's it is £50 or $49.99, and on Amazon I think you can get it for about £22-23, so a lot cheaper. But like I say, I would normally look for a good deal, but I didn't want to wait for a case when I got the new iPad 3. And it adds a teeny bit of weight, but not very much. I'm probably actually a bit surprised that it doesn't add more weight. It feels really good in hands. It does actually look nice. You can get it in multiple colours, like green, black with red, or black with blue, all sorts. This is just black and black, but it looks really nice. It does look almost like it's a military case because of the design, and it feels really nice to hold in your hands. Like I say, it's just really been completely let down and ruined by the effect of the screen shield. So there you are. That's the Griffin Survivor case for iPad 2 and 3.